Hello, we are Team 5. We will start the presentation for the fourth week about Burj Khalifa. We will gonna talk about role of team members, weekly plan, design and structure plan, and the last one is preview of next week. This is role of team members. 이진웅 and 최현준 had researched about design features. 신용택, 변상국, 장민지, 허성원 had researched about structure features. 이진우 and 변상국 are presenter and 장민지 makes PPT design. In the last week, we had shown our overall content, and today we will present about structure and design of Burj Khalifa and preview of next week. In the last week, we had to talk about condition, goals, and solutions of Dubai. They had depended on oil industry, so popularity and tourism industry are goals of Dubai, and high-rise building is solution for Dubai's condition. And you can see the design plan in following pages. They had to build their flagship landmark, and Dubai's own color should exist in building to achieve their goals. At first, they inspired by the flower that usually bloom in desert, because Dubai was surrounded by desert. It also used the traditional Islamic architecture, because local characteristics should be emphasized. There are typical Islamic architecture, there is spiral-shaped rise and an onion dome. So it was made into a modern Burj Khalifa design by receiving images of them. Because of this inspiration, the early design was changed to nowadays design in 2003. Over time, design and height were changed during construction. And last, the final design was decided in 2007. As a result, the final design was fixed, and this building had a huge impact on Dubai's identity, like it was first inspired. Also, the architect of Burj Khalifa, Adrian Smith, said that a tall tower would not only give the master plan an identity, but also become the identity for MR and the country of Dubai. In the process of building skyscraper, sport tall buildings are not practical or efficient if they are scaled-up version of smaller buildings. So, what is the problem that arises when the height of building is very high? We approached the Burj Khalifa thinking about what method have employed it to solve these problems.
This slide shows general highlights building floor plan. As you can see these pictures, the general skyscraper had a large footprint to make them tall. But it had general problems. First, it was difficult to see the view from interior space. And second, the sunlight did not come in. In order to solve these problems, Y shape was employed in aspect of design, which is advantageous in view rights even in the interior space. It has also employed a new structural system called buttress core, which can solve problems such as building twisting that may occur using Y-shaped design. The core is the center hexagon in the middle of the building, and it was used to resist the torque of twisting force on the building. Next slide shows the information about Y-shape and buttress core details. At first, Y-shape plan. The Y-shape plan is ideal for residential and hotel usage, with the wings allowing maximum outward views and inward natural light. Therefore, it was rough for the structure of Burj Khalifa, which has many hotels and residential spaces. Second, buttress core structure. The main structural system for this megastructure has been named a buttress core. This new structural system allows for a dramatic increase in height. Buttress core consists of a three-winged structure anchored to a strong hexagonal center core. Each wing is buttressed to each other to provide a highly stable system. The center core provides the torsional resistance for the building, while the wings provide the shear resistance and increased moment of inertia. It is composed of high-performance concrete wall structures, making it more stable. With the addition of flat plate floor construction and perimeter columns, the entire structural system of Burj Khalifa acts like a single unit creation, a tower that acts as one giant concrete beam cantilevering from the ground. By introducing buttress core, Burj Khalifa was able to obtain a thin structure in spite of high height, which resulted in lightweighting of the building and budget saving. Buttress core also solved wind loss and structural challenges, but we will tell you more engineering details in the physical part. As you can see previous slides, to make thin and tall building, there are many efforts, and choosing materials is also important to make thin and tall building. In this slide, we will tell brief information about using materials each section. First, special exterior cladding, specifically designed to withstand the temperature changes and wind force. Second, high performance concrete with high compressive strength to make Burj Khalifa tall. Third, inspire section, structural steel with a diagonally braced lateral system. By choosing these materials, Burj Khalifa can be built. Now, let's see the exterior of the building. If you look at the cladding of the building, you can find out the curtain wall method was used. Because Burj Khalifa was located in desert, it was located in bad conditions. For example, a temperature of 40 degrees, strong wind, and problems caused by sand and dust. Nevertheless, glass panels were used as finishing materials. So it was important to control the temperature inside the glass Burj Khalifa. Materials used for the region are as follows. This glass panel is double and has an air layer in the middle. Also, inner glass is coated with silver to block infrared rays reflected from sand, and to create a thin layer of metal on the outer glass to block ultraviolet rays. Therefore, the glass used in curtain walls has a function of transmitting only 20% of the light. As we mentioned previous slides, hotels and residential facilities make up a large part of this building, because the Y shape or spiral design was the design of the region for viewing the scenery of the coast. So we approached the reason for installing curtain walls using glass panel in Burj Khalifa, thinking it's just tourism and aesthetic elements. However, after inquiring with Samsung C&T, not only aesthetic factors, but also shorter construction period, budget cuts, and weight reductions were considered. And Burj Khalifa is composed of spires at the top. Though the Burj Khalifa spire is one of the most defining features and has a practical use, housing the building communication equipment. In architecture circle, it's somehow controversial as are spires in general. In 2013, the Chicago-based Council on Taller Buildings and Urban Habitat issued a report on what they deemed vanity spires, claiming that these uninhabited spaces are simply used to make a building stand that much taller. From next week, we will research the construction part. We think Burj Khalifa has a lot of information, because it is high and a lot of construction methods have been used. For example, the soil is too weak, so foundation is very important. And there are many situations affected by the natural environment of desert, and methods of calculating errors that are more important, because they are high buildings, and methods of preventing loss caused by wind and earthquakes. We will talk about how to solve these various issues from foundation. Thank you for listening.